What's up, y'all? It's TruthTiger, and I'm going to talk about how they have sympathy for the devil. This world has sympathy for the devil, and you'll just see a lot of times where people put their empathies and their sympathies towards the wrong place, towards the wrong people, and towards the wrong situations. I mean, I've seen so many situations where someone does something horrible and it's high profile, but because of the us versus them mentality in politics, and I've seen people do this on both sides, people will heroize that person, and people will start to gather behind this person. I mean, this has happened in cases that involve someone losing their life and stuff, and then before you know it, this person has like hundreds of thousands of dollars in a GoFundMe. Go figure. And I've seen this on both sides of the aisle, and if it's an us versus them mentality, people seem to throw out all morals and ethics whatsoever, and they're like, well, because it helps my team, and it was against the other team, we have to just rally behind this horrible, terrible person, because, and it's just like, well, I guess you're not a good person yourself, is why you're having so much sympathy and empathy for this bad person, and because of an us versus them mentality. And again, people do this on both sides of the political aisle, and this happens to organized religion and stuff too. And it's like, just because they're quote unquote on your team does not absolve all morals and ethics. But most people do not have morals and ethics, so they will do this sympathy for the devil thing, and they will have sympathies for the wrong people, man. The wrong people. And I mean, there's so many excuses they use for this, and I realized when I was thinking about this, I was thinking that the excuse was actually the foundation of it, and it's not. It's not at all. I mean, these people love evil, they love carnage, they love chaos, they love seeing other people get hurt. So because of that, they put their sympathy behind the devil. They do, behind evil people, behind the works of the devil. And you see this over and over again. And I mean, one excuse people will make is if someone is a victim, they're part of a marginalized group, they're this, they're a woman, whatever they can make, and then they'll say, well, because they're a minority or a woman or whatever, morals and ethics don't apply to them, and we're actually going to rally behind them and support their horrible actions. And I mean, you won't always see this with this, but you'll see this with like CEOs and politicians and people who are, on the winning team too. They'll also do this, where I don't know what to call this. I mean, the other one's like a victimhood bias. I guess this one would be like a success bias or something like that. I don't know, but they'll be like, well, because this politician represents me, I don't care about the bad things they do. I'll just, support them blindly. This CEO represents my worldview, or not even always, with celebrities and stuff like that. People will, again, put all these sympathies behind them because they're successful. Well, they're an athlete, they're a celebrity, they play for my team, so their bad actions don't matter at all. And I don't know, this world loves evil and hates good. Really, they do. And it's just something I really see a lot of, and I want to talk about sympathy in general. And there's a lot of very toxic sympathy and empathy in this world, where a lot of people want to act like they're these empathetic people and they have so much sympathy and empathy and care, but it's incredibly selective. It's like, you have sympathy and empathy and care for the devil, you have sympathy and care and empathy for evil people, but you hate good people, you hate the truth, you hate actual love and kindness, you hate actual morals and ethics. And the thing also is, these people, they hate justice and they hate accountability. I mean, they're so selective with this. It's like, the us versus them mentality is crazy here, but if it's someone who they're opposed to, it's like, justice, punish them, I hope they get hit by a train. But if it's someone on their quote-unquote side, And I mean, really, it's on the side. You're on the side of morals and ethics. You're on the side of good or evil. You know, I mean, that's really those are the real two sides you're picking: God or the devil. I mean, really. But I mean, a lot of these people, they'll be like, well, because they're on my side, we have to empathize and sympathize with them. And I've seen so many people just do this in my personal life with narcissists and stuff like this. And you know, I mean, the thing about evil people is they'll try to make themselves into a sympathy case. You know, I mean, the devil tries, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to hell, and God is so mean and unfair. Oh, you know, God's going to send me to hell, and he's so mean, and he's so, why does God get to be in charge and not me? And all these people are like, oh, yeah, poor Satan, poor Lucifer, poor devil. Yeah, God is so mean and unfair. And it's just like, oh, I mean, that's really what this mentality is God is unfair. Why does he get to be in charge? We feel so bad for Satan. I mean, that's what is happening on the spiritual level whenever this kind of mentality occurs. Whether it's someone talking about like some crazy criminal and, oh, he's a good kid, or I don't know, some crazy actor or celebrity does something insane. Like, well, I watched all his movies and I love them so much, and no way he or she can do that. And or with the politicians, where they're giving so much sympathy to some politician, and it's just like, good God, stop. Good God, stop. And the thing about these evil people is they will try to farm sympathy, and they will try to make themselves into this pitiable figure, and they'll, oh, pity me, poor me, I'm facing justice for my BS, and it's so unfair, you know. Because evil people will cause mischief, they'll cause problems, and then, you know, because they cause problems and they cause chaos, you know, bad stuff comes their way. They have troubles because of the crap that they cause, and then when some trouble comes their way, they cry, and they act like victims, and they say, poor me, poor me. And so many people fall for this. They fall along with it. They get involved in it. They're like, well, he's misunderstood, and he actually stands for something good, and, you know, she's a good person. And I mean, some people, they will circle the wagons around evil people and things that are so clearly not moral and not ethical. And some of these people, they will really aggressively circle the wagons and just beat their chests on this stuff. A big one is abortion. I mean, you know, it's like, you're killing a baby. I mean, it's like, obviously, I mean, that's the most, like, obvious, like, not moral or ethical thing to do. I mean, it's, you know, when you get rid of the Matrix and all the lies of society, it's like, yeah, that's obviously evil. That's obviously bad, but you have all these people who love the devil and have sympathy for the devil, and who love evil and who hate good, and they're gonna, like, get around this and beat their chest, and they go, yeah. And I mean, you see this with political stuff. I mean, you see this with oh my gosh, you see this with so many different dynamics in society, where people will just, like, they just love the wrong people, and they have all this sympathy for the wrong people, and all one of these people has to do is just say, oh, it's unfair, oh, you know, and really these people, they hate justice. Like, they hate the idea of, like, the good being rewarded and the wicked being punished. You know, like, that idea, I mean, I've known a lot of people in my life where that idea really, like, it really freaks them out. And it's like, why do these people have all this sympathy for the devil? Why do they love evil so much? Why are they going to stand and advocate for evil people so hard? It's because they're evil themselves. I mean, that's the bottom line. They're not good people themselves. And they legitimately don't have a sense of right or wrong. They legitimately, like, don't know what's good or what's evil. And it's like, man, that's like the most basic, you know, day one kind of stuff. But most people have not even started to gain any knowledge, to get close to God, to, you know, love their fellow. I mean, just the very basic things most people aren't doing. So that's why most people are in this mentality of just having sympathy for the devil, and deep down they're evil people, so they're on team evil. And the thing about Team Evil, I mean, Team Evil fights amongst itself and all this stuff. And, you know, I mean, Team Evil is united by hatred, not by love. So they're all in this hell pit fighting amongst each other and stuff like that. But in the end of the day, they're all on the same team. They're all on Team Evil is why they're so, like, scared of the idea of, you know, of bad behavior being punished. And they're so, like, scared of the idea of justice. They're like, no, like, there can't be justice. Let him off the hook. Let him off the hook. Do not hold him or her accountable. And I mean, some of them are so prideful and arrogant. They're like, what they did, the evil thing they did is good. The evil thing and the evil bad things they do are good. Their evil is righteousness, you know? And it's just like, when they lie, they actually tell the truth. And it's like, when they hurt people, they actually help. When they're greedy, they're actually helping all of us. And it's like, they're not. And if you can look at what's happening in the world with a sober mind and just, like, you know, have understanding of what's going on, I mean, this dynamic is, it becomes very, very obvious. And you see that's why so many people are like, you know, and the thing is, like, having this misplaced feeling of guilt and misplaced empathy, it's not a good thing. And a lot of people, like, they feel guilty standing up for themselves. They feel guilty saying no. They feel too guilty to call out someone's bad behavior, you know, and it's like, you shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way at all. You should be okay with doing that because it's the right thing to do. But it's like they feel guilty doing the right thing, and it's like, what's going on? What is going on? Why do you feel so guilty to do the thing that's the right thing? And it's because their sense of good and evil is just totally turned upside down. And that's what the devil does. He turns good and evil upside down. And most people are, you know, giving into the devil's way of doing things. So it's like, if it's time for them to stand up for themselves or advocate for someone else who's being mistreated or anything like that, or to, you know, say no to an evil situation, be like, that situation's trash, you know, they're like, oh no, I feel so bad. I feel so bad condemning Satan. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Satan that he's going to go to hell for all eternity. I just feel terrible for him. That's what that is. That's what it is. It's sympathy for the devil, and that's how most people are. And it makes people weak, and it just makes people enablers. And these people at the same time are always going to be threatened by good. They're always going to be threatened by truth. And like, your average person is very threatened by the truth because they believe in lies. Your average person is very threatened by goodness because they live lives of evil. I mean, that's the bottom line. And these same kind of people, if someone's telling truth or doing something good, they're going to want to condemn these people, and they're going to want to condemn the truth. I mean, they, you know, 2,000 years ago, they pinned Jesus to the cross because he was good. And that's really the thing about these people is, like, they, you know, they condemn good and they praise evil. That's really what it is. They condemn what is good and they praise what is evil. I mean, that's really the bottom line. So if someone starts to tell the truth about a situation or starts to do the right thing, and they're like, no, that we got to get that person in trouble for doing the right thing. We got to get that person in trouble for standing up for the truth. We got to get that person in trouble for being righteous. And that's really what we have in this world, is a world that rewards evil and punishes good. That's the bottom line. I mean, this world rewards evil and punishes good. And it's a manifestation of how most of the people on this earth are evil. So if most of the people are evil, they're going to create a false, they're going to create a deception. They're going to create a false system and a false, you know, status quo. And that false status quo, that false system is going to reward evil and punish good. And that's really what it is with these people. Like, when you do the right thing, when you tell the truth, when you stand up for yourself, when you preach the truth, when you preach the truth of Christ, when you know, stand up for the oppressed, whatever it is, when you stand up for justice and you want justice and things to be fair, they freak out. They get mad. They're going to twist things up, manipulate things to try to make you into the bad guy. And to try to, like, you know, make the good person into the bad guy. I mean, just look at the news. Look at these situations that are going on. I mean, there's something about, like, people trying to make it illegal in California to expose fraud or something like that. And I don't know, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff like that where they're like, no, like, if you're doing the right thing, we're gonna punish you. And that's literally what it is. That's literally what it is. It's like, if you're gonna do the right thing, we're gonna punish you. If you're gonna call out evil and expose evil, we're gonna punish you. It's just like, don't be good, be evil. Like, that's what the system is. And they're like, let the evil people get away with it. Let the evil people go unpunished. We have some excuse. They're so big and they're so successful, and there's some big CEO and there's some politician and they're so important, so we can't punish them. They're too big to punish. Or, oh, there's some minority victim thing, and, you know, because they've had it bad. They've had it bad, so you can't hold them accountable. And I mean, the excuses are, they're on my team, they're on my side. So because they're on my side, you can't hold them accountable. You can't do it. It's just, I don't know. And then I try to twist things up and say that their evil thing they did was actually good, and it was good, and it was justified, and that's what needs to happen. And I mean, it's just, I don't want to get too into specifics here, because there's so many things on so many sides, and I mean, this one is so all over the place. I mean, man, but it's just like, oh my God, like, why are you guys so in love with evil? I mean, even the system, like, if someone makes a false report or, you know, a false claim or falsely accuses someone of something, the person who makes a false accusation does not even get punished. It's just like, what? Like, that person's lying and trying to destroy someone's reputation or trying to make some frivolous lawsuit against them or something, and they don't get punished? Like, that person's clearly not acting with any kind of morals and ethics. They're clearly being deceitful. And in some cases, even the person who gets accused falsely will still get punished and damaged. And it's just like, how does that work? Like, how does that work at all? Shouldn't the person who's clearly lying to damage someone's reputation or for monetary gain, shouldn't that person clearly be punished? But again, like, we have a system which does not like good. It does not like what is righteous or moral or ethical or true. It loves falsehood. And I mean, the system is made by these creepy Epstein, elitist, you know, PDF file weirdos. So, like, yeah, of course they don't want, like, the system to actually be about justice at all. They don't want that. And I mean, fortunately, some people are waking up to this, but I mean, it's a bad phenomenon. And I've definitely experienced it in my personal life, dealing with narcissists, dealing with bad people, manipulative people, weird people, where I'll try to talk to some people and be like, hey, this person's mistreating me and being weird and just being really manipulative. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. You're misunderstanding everything. It's just a misunderstanding between two people. I've had to deal with that one so much, and it's like, and I've had people that have legit, like, had a lot of sympathy for crappy narcissists I've had to deal with in life. And it's just like, how do you have so much sympathy for this guy? It's like, he's clearly trying to make me into the bad guy and make him into the good guy. And if you had any discernment, you know, any discernment whatsoever, I mean, but it's like, you know, and some of these situations I was in, it was incredibly obvious. Like, it wasn't, I mean, you wouldn't have to have an eagle eye or, like, super sharp discernment to see what was happening. But, you know, because someone played a victim and acts pathetic, and again, like, there's actual victims in this world. There are actual people who are mistreated, have bad circumstances, whatever. People are pushed down, oppressed, unfair things happen to them. That stuff happens for real, but for them, they don't care about that. What they care about is a person who's going to cry and scream and say, I'm a victim, it's unfair, have sympathy for me, I'm a sympathy case, it's unfair, have sympathy. And it's like when that person cries and screams and, this person's mean to me, he's bullying me, he's oppressing me, he's bad. They're like, oh my gosh, victim. And it's just like, they won't look at what's going on or who that person is at all. I mean, literally not at all. And it's just like, why are you just going to blindly assume this situation? Why are you just going to blindly assume because someone screams they're a victim, that they're a victim? And I've literally seen this stuff with billionaires or politicians or people who are clearly not victims talking about being victims, and it's just like, and they still buy it. And all someone has to do is just be manipulative and say they're this big victim and say that this other person bullied them and just lie about it when really they're doing the opposite. I mean, again, inversion. Really, they are bullying that person. They are making that person into a victim. They are oppressing and pushing that person down. And they're trying to switch it up like it's the opposite and act like they're the victim. And it's so bad. And people believe it, And the thing is, it's like, yeah, people are easily deceived. People lack discernment. People are lazy. They're not going to really try to figure out what's really going on and stuff like that. But again, it comes down to these people's hearts. These people don't have a good, loving, kind heart. They have an evil heart. And their evil is very threatened by good. Good scares their evil hearts and freaks their evil hearts out. And, yeah, they don't if you're a good person, they want to cut you down. They want to attack you. They want, because your goodness threatens their evil. Good is a threat to evil. So all these evil people, if you're a decent person, if you have good morals and ethics and you try to self-reflect and improve and become closer to God and love your fellow and, you just try to be decent. You try to be humble, you try not to be arrogant. You try to be honest about your own flaws and be honest about when you were wrong in a situation or, whatever. You try to be a decent person, they're really threatened by that. That will make you their enemy. That will make you their enemy. And if someone makes some fake story about you or someone tries to say you're a bad person or whatever, they'll jump on it. And it's not just because they're foolish. I mean, they are foolish, but the real reason why they're going to jump on that is because they're bad people themselves. They are aligned with evil. They are not aligned with good. They are aligned with hatred. They are not aligned with love. They are aligned with deception. They are not aligned with truth. And, they are on the evil team with that person, and they're going to try to work against you because they want to try to destroy your goodness. But good is stronger than evil in the end of the day. And a lot of the people who've done this stuff to me, they're pathetic people. They're not doing well in life. They're not happy. Things are not good for them. They're not they're not doing well, They're not in a good place. They're not doing well. And they're cowards too. They're massively cowards. And for a lot of these enabler type people, if there's some other narcissist who's bold enough to attack you, they would want to attack you, but they're way too scared to do that. They don't want to get their own hands dirty. So they're like, well, I can enable this narcissist. I can enable this evil person. I can jump on their side and do evil indirectly. So they can't get in trouble for it. And they can't act like they were directly a part of it. But that's the thing is so many people, they will have all the sympathy in the world for crappy people, for crappy people, for bad people, for narcissists, liars, manipulators, sociopaths, psychopaths. They will have all the sympathy in the world. There was girls that showed up to Ted Bundy's court hearing with signs that are we love you, Ted, the serial killer, who targeted women exclusively. And it's just the thing about evil, it's evil does not benefit the doer of evil. The wielder of evil is not benefited by that. the wielders and the doers of evil, they're drinking poison. They're drinking poison, and they're acting like this poison's medicine. And it's just like, I mean, in terms of the self-destructiveness nature of evil, I mean, I think the women showing up to Ted Bundy's court hearings is like, so what? So that guy can, like, serial kill you too? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, it really is laughable. But yeah, when someone is bad or evil or does the wrong thing, there's so much sympathy for it and love for it. I mean, you look at our culture. You look at our culture and you look at the things that are valued and how many people will, like, jump behind these values and just be like, yeah, this is awesome. This is amazing. I mean, whether it's just massive rampant greed, whether it's just like some crazy rap video with all the wrong, with all the wrong messages and all the wrong lessons, whether it's just, celebrity worship of some celebrity who's just insanely arrogant, insanely conceited, does not care at all about their fans and their admirers and their worshipers. And it's just like, we value all the wrong things. And I mean, I really hope with all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world with the Epstein files and stuff that some people are starting to actually gain morals and ethics and are going to put their sympathies towards good people, towards people who are standing up for the right thing, towards people who are doing the right thing. I really wish that those that people start to have sympathies towards them and not put their sympathies and their empathies towards evil. And I really hope that a lot of people, I mean, this one's big. I really hope that people will stop feeling guilty about standing up for evil, guilty about condemning evil, guilty about calling out just bad people, calling out bad people on their crap, because there's definitely some bad people that need to be called out on their crap. And, to think about people who, have been on the wrong end of bad people, and to think about those people who've been the victims of these bad people, and to say, hey, like, I care about those people and what they've been through, and I have empathy and sympathy for them. Like, man. But, I mean, that's the thing, is like most people, sympathy for the devil. Poor devil, he's going to go to hell. Poor devil. We don't care about God. We don't care about all the saints who've suffered. We don't care about Jesus being pinned on the cross. Poor devil, poor Satan, that poor liar and deceiver. I mean, man, really. But that's what it is in our culture, sympathy for the devil. And again, in my personal life, I've known so many people that have, when I've had to deal with some weirdo narcissist manipulator person, they get on the side of the narcissist, the side of the manipulator, the side of the liar. I mean, they cry when I leave too, because, goodness is what radiates all things. Like, in evil, there is just, destruction, lack, chaos, hatred. So they know that, like, the sun's not going to really shine on them the same way that it used to. I mean, I'm not trying to be too, arrogant about myself or whatever, but, just a good person adds a lot. An evil person takes a lot away, but it's like, hey, you advocated for this evil person. You loved this evil person and hated me. So, yeah, but then you're also going to cry when I leave too. And it's just, I mean, that's more indicative of my personal life than the broader scope of this video. But, I mean, really, it really is crazy. I mean, people really have crazy sympathy for the devil. I mean, they will advocate for evil people. And, someone who's good, who's on the side, who's right in the situation, who's rightful, they'll be like, well, this person's rightful, but we don't really see it that way. And the person who's clearly in the wrong, doing the wrong thing, doing something evil, they're like, well, that person's misunderstood. This person's this person's that. And they'll make all these excuses for them. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Much love, God bless, and I will see you all next time.